Now this video is all about ORTF, and you can already hear the train in the background. We're using the Cinela Albert, and we're also using two Sennheiser MKH8040. And to be honest, listening back to the videos we did in Iceland about this kit, actually we export everything in mono, so we don't make the same mistake in this video. And I want to show you that I still use this kit, and there's a difference between that and the DMS. But let's just listening to the sound from the Sennheiser microphones here in this subway station. All right, it's all in here. Everything is in here. Do you know, for the Cinela Albert, you have the wind protection. You can take them off when you're in a building like this because there is no wind. But because today I don't want to take it on and off all the time, with the Cinela it's a little bit more cumbersome than on the Rycot. But otherwise, it's totally fine. You can also give it a little brush. Oh, that's the wrong one. Left and right. So if you use a stereo set like this, then you have to make sure that you have the right cables. You know, stereo cable with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pin. So that means you have one here to get out, and then you have an interesting person to the left. So this is stereo left, this is stereo right. 안녕하세요. And then you have always a curious person. That's why it's mostly important that when you record sounds, you can do it stealth. This is pretty obvious. So you might get a little bit of more looks, but this shouldn't be a problem for us right now because we are doing this for information purpose, right? For you.
So this setup could work with the F3, right?
That is correct. If you have a Zoom F3, for example, or you thinking about getting a Zoom F6 or an F3, and you know you only want to use 1 or 2 channels, then there is no need for you to get an F6. Then you can just go with an F3. But maybe one day you want to record VR, Ambisonic sound, you need more than 2 channels. Then I would highly recommend you looking into a recorder like the Zoom F6 or even the Sound Devices Mix Pre 6. But now let's listen to the sound here in the train station. Didn't want to miss that one. That was great. Well, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this sound. Also, I noticed that there are people who are watching one video but don't watch the other. And then they're asking me questions about things that I already explained in the other videos, but sometimes it's just hard to find, right? So how I power the Zoom F6 is I power the Zoom F6 with a power bank. Also, if you're talking about battery life, the Zoom F6 is really good, and the battery life on the Zoom F6 is definitely better than on the on the Sound Devices Mix Pre 6. What am I using here right now? So this is a Manfrotto Nanopole. I put all the links to all the equipment that we're using in the description down below. So if sometimes you have questions and you don't find it, you definitely find it in the description. If you decide to go with the Cinela Albert like this, then Philippe, who's the owner of Cinela, they can make these cables too. So when you decide to purchase one of these products, then you can ask him to have a cable ready for you too. Now let's go outside and see what else we can find here around Busan. Okay, so we have the movie street here. So I don't know what to expect, but Busan has a lot. There's a lot of film productions going on here. So not just in Seoul, also in Busan. We actually went already to 2 film locations to record sounds. We went to Fight for My Way film location, and we also went to the Netflix series My Name. I just see this map. Let's see what's on this map here. All right, so they call it Movie Street. Here they call it Scene Road. We take it. So that's what we're doing. So first we go here. Then we want to check out a lighthouse. It should be around this area. Then we walk all along Hyundai Beach. And if you have a little bit more time, then we also go to a tea house. And while we're doing this, of course, we record sounds. They do this with the soju all the time. Let's see. See this? Whoa. Sturm im Wasserglas. Doesn't even taste that good, but I still like it. I don't know why. That seems like a nice spot. No music. All right, so what we're doing now is we record ambience here. So get your headphones ready. Why not? Now if you ask yourself, all right, there's ORTF, there's a cardioid microphones. There are also cardioid microphones in my DMS kit, but they're from Schoeps and these are from Sennheiser. Now if you're wondering which one is better, well, that all depends, right? What you want to use the sounds for and how much money do you want to spend. Schoeps is definitely more expensive, so you pay a way higher price than for the Sennheisers. And when it comes to sound recording, I rather use the Schoeps for ambience and field recordings, to be honest. But if it comes to sound effects, you know, like harder sounds and louder sounds, then I would always use the Sennheiser, not just because they are cheaper, but also because they have a higher frequency range. So you can reach way higher frequencies when you, for example, have a hammer and you hit him, or anything that is very loud, like a gunshot, then I would always use the Sennheiser and not the Schoeps. But that's because I only have 3 of these Schoeps. I don't want to ruin them out of any kind of reason, because of the reason that the price point is way higher. And for ambience and field recording, I do believe that the Schoeps microphones have a much more natural sound. If you have both microphones, maybe you have a different opinion, let me know in the comments down below. And now let's listen to the sound here on the coast of Busan. I go a little lower, I don't need to go so high. Now let me know in the comments down below what you think about the sound recording here in this area, and also what do you think about the ORTF stereo recording technique? Is this something that you're interested in, or is this something that you said, I don't need this? I personally love using it, but there's another kit that I'm really interested in right now, and this is actually a double ORTF. Then you have 4 of these microphones in one of these kits. I'm not sure if you can get this with Rycot or actually with Cinela. I'm not quite sure, I haven't looked into it, but let me know in the comments down below. But I do know that Schoeps has a kit like this, so maybe in the future you will see us running around with a kit like this. As you can already tell, I have the gear ready. And now what we're doing is we're recording and listening to the coastal sound of Busan with probably some footsteps and chatter in the background. Beautiful, beautiful sound. And you know, some people that wouldn't use it, they would say, oh, I don't record here because there are footsteps, there are people, I want to record the ocean and the waves. And that's all great. But for me, and for our sound libraries, I think this makes this recording very unique and also kind of like an art piece, like street photography, right? Nothing is staged, everything happens only once in that moment. And if somebody walks by and has a funny comment, or you have footsteps, or there's a boat passing by, this makes the whole recording very unique. Now I'm not sure if you can see, that's the Hyundai Blue Line over there. See these little card boxes that go left and right. We're gonna check that out. Seven years. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh. Unfortunately, everything's already sold out, but we come back anyway, probably on a Monday or Tuesday, and then we record the interior. But until then, let's just listen to the exterior when these cars passing by. Oh, this is when this sound evens out with the sound of the ocean. Beautiful. But before we end this video, let me just show you inside of the Cinela Albert and how this setup actually looks like. Let's call this the first layer, and this is probably one of the most important things that you should always look into when you buy microphones. Not always what's the best microphone. It's more about what's the best wind protection for that microphone. So you should always think about this before you decide on buying any kind of microphone, especially if you want to record exterior sounds, ambiences, ocean, rain, wind. Let's take this off. looks already way smaller. That's why this one is very, very good wind protection. This is the second layer. You can take them off too. So I use the second layer interior, or actually I would also use it. No. Because you never know with the Cinela. When there's a little bit more wind, then this doesn't do much. But the wind is not that strong. It doesn't hit the membrane of the microphone. So if you have this rumble, it's fine. You can easily clean that off. But sometimes it's also nice to keep it, especially for sound designers. Then you can always do a little bit more. And that's it. Then we have the Sennheiser MKH 8240. Two of them, left and right. Then we have the distance is in centimeters 17 and the degree is 110. Now if you're wondering what this all cost, I put a link in the description down below with the pricing. But it is about, with everything, with the Zoom recorder, it's about between $4,000 and $4,500, if I'm correct. If I'm not correct, then you will see it in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching if you're still here with us, and I hope you enjoy the sounds recorded with this gear, with this kit. Also, just to mention, you don't necessarily have to use as ORTF, because you can also adjust the positions of the microphone. And with that said, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and I can't wait to see you in our next video.